Hello, everybody.
Hello there.
General Kenobi. Welcome to the Week 7 recap of the HDL. So, before I go anywhere with this... Thank you. So, before I go anywhere with this, I'm going to real quick talk about this while I'm actually updating the pecking order, because I forgot to do that. Gotta clear the air on some things. So, I have officially... Here, I'm gonna put in the full screen for this one. I have officially retired from Season 3 of the HDL. This was not an easy decision to make. And it was not one that I wanted to make, but it was one that I had to. I'm in this situation in my life right now where I have things that are more important that I need to be focusing on, and I just don't have the time to continue participating in the league as a player. It was not a decision I wanted to make. It was not an easy decision to make, but it's a decision that I feel as though I needed to make at this point in my life, and it's a decision that I will stand behind, and I hope that both participants and viewers alike can understand that this is a decision that wasn't made out of desire, but was made out of necessity. And I hope you all can understand and respect that. I will still be doing the recaps as well as the schedule randomizations as normal. Nuzlocke randomizer will still be happening as normal as well. That's being unaffected. I just did not have the time in my life to juggle this, the Nuzlocke, and job hunting all at the same time. Something had to give, and unfortunately, this was the easiest thing for me to drop. It's not a decision that I wanted to make. It's not a decision that I am proud about having made, but it is a decision that I feel was the best decision to make in the moment, and it was made out of necessity, not out of desire, and I hope you all can understand that and respect where I'm coming from on that. It's not out of spite, it's not out of animosity, it's just me doing what I think is best for myself at this current moment in my life. And so I hope you can all respect where I'm coming from with that. I know I sound like a broken record at this point, but that really is just the truth of the situation. It's not anybody's fault, it's just me needing to make an executive decision as an adult and prioritize other things in my life. With that out of the way, let's quick update the pecking order because I realized I
realized that.
Yeah, I am not good at multitasking right now. Me. 2, 5, -3, -21.
21.
-3, -5. Five, 2, 8. Oh, and something I completely forgot to mention is a mutual friend of mine, Zoeasy, is taking my place in Season 3 for the remainder of the season. As the head of the Movement Masquerade, he will be starting as of week 8, and he will be continuing off of where I left off. So again, big thank you to Zoeasy for, just willingly stepping in to fill in for me on such short notice. Let's just continue to let's see, let's be 3, 4, -1, -12.
I am late, but I am here.
4, 3, -1, -5. Hi.
That stream delay is actually a lot smaller than I thought it would be.
Yeah, there's only maybe 10 seconds of delay right now. Because I lucked out and they actually gave me transcoding for a day.
Bug.
Speaking of which, Twitch. You have the resources to give affiliates dedicated transcoding at this point. Just fucking do it. Don't make us play the lottery. You're owned by Amazon. You have all the money in the world. Just fucking take some out of Bezos' paycheck and put it towards just doing however much it needs to fucking just do it. You know what? Just scrap the affiliates entirely. Just make all of us partners, please. That would make my life so much easier.
That would cause more questions than answers.
Yeah.
I like to imagine every time someone brings this up to him, he's just like, no, like just like a 5-year-old. No, this is my money.
Yeah. I mean, you've seen what they've done to September over the years. Now it's like not even worth it.
I hate what they've done with so many things.
It was
specifically
so
Prime Gaming is so.
Like even that shit, yeah.
It's just annoying.
What, Twitch Prime? No, it's Prime Gaming now.
Prime Gaming.
It has always been Prime.
Same thing.
It's always been Prime Gaming.
It's almost like
there is no Twitch Prime in Ba Sing Se. Tyrone, please.
There's no Twitch Prime in the Mushroom Kingdom.
Sir, this is a Wendy's. Just imagine, it's like, can you just make all of our affiliates partners? Like Jeff Bezos is like behind the cashier. It's like, sir, this is a Wendy's.
Sir, this is a Wendy's.
It's just like Jeff Bezos is a Wendy's employee.
You know, I always felt like I was a Wendy's employee.
Alright, let's see here.
You need help with the.
I'm almost done with it. I was an idiot and I completely forgot to do it ahead of time. I normally do.
Like, I saw you after the game. I saw you do all the other updating.
Yeah, I forgot because I did the MVP table before I did this, and I normally do it the other way around. So I just assumed that somewhere in my brain, I guess I just thought I did it and I didn't.
Yeah. And I was just indisposed at the moment. Anyway.
Alright. So I just need to do 5, 2, 3, 18, and then spooks with 2, 5, -3, -10. Alright, that should be all of them.
Wouldn't your rune go above everyone, all these other rules?
I haven't rearranged them yet.
Oh, okay. That's why I was
Oh,
confused.
yeah, same.
Yeah,
So
I mean,
let's
you can
see,
do that
1,
later.
2, 3, and 4 are all actually the same.
Yeah. He's not tied for 4th anymore, though.
Yeah. You go above you now. 7 and 8 stay the same.
No, they don't. Oh, yeah, they do. Let's do 5. Thought we had 3, 5.
4, negative 5, negative 10,
And this one would be 9.
that would end up here. Then you, and then you trade places with that. Is this really all that happened? Was like 2 people trade places?
See, that seems to be the case.
This was not a very like divisive week.
I mean, I think it says something when the number 1 and number 2, literally the 1, we changed the KD by 1 again.
Yeah.
So last week I was up by 1, and then this week I'm up by 2. And that's it.
All right. So we have. Let's move that down there for a minute. Boop. Boop.
Okay, Sombra. Get it, you want to poop.
I thought you were gonna say Lucio.
No, you don't know the Sombra thing where it's just like the boop?
No, I know, but like I also know that like Lucio's whole thing of like getting kills by
Yeah.
shoving you off edge is also called booping.
Yeah. One is the actual, like, in-universe saying, and then the other is like a competitive saying. It's amazing.
Boostio!
Oh, I still never forget the old days where Lucia's speed and ultimate buffs moves were absurd.
Yeah.
Because it allowed like some really dumb
There's a
combos.
reason that my go-to support has always been Lucio, and that's just he's so fun.
He's just really fun too, the
He
wall
is.
riding.
He also is
That's
like
a
one of
lot.
the few supports that doesn't feel like support. He feels more just like offense.
I get what you mean. I think Lucio kind of goes more so in terms of like offensive support, where it's not. He can do both.
Yeah.
Same thing as Zenyatta. Zenyatta can basically do a lot of damage too on its own.
All right. There we
Putting
go.
like Mercy wouldn't really be the better combat one.
There we go. All right. I just want to say hashtag Wade Luck and hashtag Sepbook are both very real and extremely different things. All right. So let me pull up the replays here. These are, again, in no particular order. They're just in the order that they pulled up. So we're going to start things off with, Oh, I don't know. Do I start with this one? Do I start with this one? I don't know. I feel like I have to save this one.
I feel like you're ready to go to another one.
Let's go to a different one. There we go. This is a good one. This one, I feel like this one. So there's a reason why I've titled this stream this time, The Sweep Chronicles. And that is that an overwhelming majority of this week's matches were sweeps.
Why would you need to leave, Word?
All right. So we're gonna start off with Sev against Callisto. So, Sev's gonna lead off with Gurg, as Callisto starts with Mian Chao. Mian Chao goes for knock. Tyro, stop trying to eat my food. Stop. No. He's not even eating. He's sniffing it. Like he's sniffing my sushi. He's trying to.
Hold on. Didn't you say to me earlier that it wasn't relatable that your cat Snip your food.
You know, 2 out of the 3 of them don't.
He has all 3. He has all 3 stereotypes in cats.
Yeah. 2 out of the 3 don't. I
Well, I
forgot
guess-
that Tyrone does.
I guess you're missing the 4th stereotype, which is just being mean in every single scenario.
No.
stays under.
Tyrone's just like that one clingy girlfriend you can't get rid of. He gets so fucking jealous as soon as I even give the slightest bit of attention to donut or pie. He's constantly just following me around. It's like, no, pet me instead. All right. So anyway, as we can see, this
Toga's had a little bit of fun there.
this Tokus is having a bit of fun, as it then gets hit with an iron head, as it then metronomes into geomancy. Gets hit by another iron head,
That's not gonna save it.
but it's still gonna get the boosts. But unfortunately, it is going to die to another iron head. If only it boosted defense.
Then it would be even dumber.
It fucking gets C geomancy. It's like, how?
Xerneas would be in like Mega Rayquaza levels of dumb.
Can you just
if it
imagine?
actually did-
Can you just imagine? It's like he chooses Metronome. It's like Togekiss used Z Geomancy. You're just like, how?
What?
I just want to know who I'm playing. That's the only reason I've joined this season, because I've never wanted my games to be played back. As we can see here, we are.
Oh, that's just sad.
Yep. Hey, do you guys know Joseph was holding a Rocky helmet?
I actually haven't seen this game.
Yep. Hulkanetta comes in as Callisto switches into Clefable. Grimmsnarl is going to get Leech Life off Metronome.
I can count to 12.
One,
1, 2,
to 12. Bayonetta's then going to get Air Cutter before getting hit by a Moonblast.
That's lunch. Oh wait, no, Air Cutter is.
Yep. Hulkanetta then gets Spirit Shackle. And then just dies to another Moonblast. So Gurg comes back in at this point, and then gets Toxic.
Is that oneness?
Yes. Gurg then barely doesn't kill Clefable with a Heavy Slam, as Callisto then switches into Jellicent, who gets hit by a Skitter Smack. Of course, proccing that Rocky Helmet. Jellicent's gonna recover. Gurg is going to Metronome into Spite, so, you know, there we go. A few less recovers for you, Jellicent. As Jellicent then, you know, does 10% with that Scald. Gurg is going to get Dream Reader, which will do nothing, and then, of course, it's going to die to Toxic.
What is Snorlax? Jellyfish don't dream.
Chris Angel comes in and immediately Mega Evolves. Goes straight for the Shadow Ball, does a pretty hefty chunk to Jellicent, and also does not take a whole lot in return. So, you know, he's able to finish off Jellicent before Jellicent can kill him. Delphox is going to come in. He's going to get hit by a Shadow Ball. However, Delphox is a, you know, can be a pretty thick individual. And Specs Delphox hits like a truck, as we see. And then here comes Electivire.
Yeah, I was about to say, this does some work, apparently.
So Electivire is going to finish off Delphox with Darkest Lariat.
That was pretty easy.
And then, hey, I heard you guys like Quick Claw Wild Charge. Because yes, that is the remainder of these kills.
Well, you can't squeeze that naturally. Oh, that didn't kill though.
No.
That's an interesting.
Yeah, I think it was more so Skarmory didn't have anything that could hit the Electivire. For, like, anything, really. Like, it had Brave Bird, I think, and that was it. Plus Iron Head. Which, like, that wasn't going to be doing a whole lot, and Electivire outspeed, so he couldn't bank on flinch chances. So, yeah, Sev just turns it around with Shibayama.
I thought it was.
We'll get back to you in a minute. I'm moving you to the back. You can move towards the back, too. There we go. Lion Boy against Spooks. So,
I don't think I saw this.
for context,
There's context for this battle.
the only context in this battle, Lion Boy literally built this team and challenged Spooks on the same exact day.
I've done that before.
So as you see,
You know, I was gonna ask that after a point. Why are we in stream call, not spectators?
Didn't want to deal with like a
People
shit.
talking over each other.
I didn't want to deal with certain individuals constantly talking over us. Yes.
Okay. Well. Yeah, that's unfortunate. Okay.
Oh. Hi.
Hello there.
Good morning.
It's 8 o'clock at night.
I work third shift. Everything is morning.
Man, you're just like the Australian.
Tyrone, what are you doing?
I am being a pet.
Wait, hang on. What the? No, eating that. No, bad. He was trying to eat a twisty tie.
Hi, Ron Mint.
But look at this smug ass motherfucker. Look at him. Look at him. Yeah, I got you on camera. What are you gonna do?
Don't tempt him. He'll knock over the takeout containers.
Better not. There's my dinner in them.
He's like, I smelled the sushi. I'm gonna go for it.
No, my sushi.
He has to like pan back to his bed every once in a while to make sure the cat isn't going towards the food, but every time he does, the cat gets closer and closer by like 1 inch.
Oh, why do you think I kept it right at the corner of my peripheral vision? So I know as soon as he tries to make a move.
Is he like one of those weeping angels from Doctor Who?
Yeah, pretty much.
Where if you look away, he will take the takeout?
Every time I've done a little game move before. Every time I look away, he moves like a tiny inch forward. All right. So, as you see, we at turn 1 we have long arms against Finnish.
Buckle up, this is most of the match.
Yep. Milotic goes straight for the Scald, as, you know, Celestial just doesn't care. He's gonna go straight for the Leech Seed on this Mr. Mime. My boy's going to opt to go for Protect, which will allow Spooks to get Reflect up for free. And now Lion Boy is going to be forced to just, you know, Encore into Protect or, you know, switch. Mr. Mime is being slowly whittled down by Leech Seed as Infernape then comes in, gets paralyzed from a T-Wave.
That's weird.
Milotic comes back in as Lion Boy U-turns to double into Amistar. Milotic is then going to take the opportunity to set up an Aqua Ring as Lord Helix goes for Reflect type. Gets hit by Scald. Remember, it lost its rock typing, so that's doing less damage now. He's going to go for Meteor Beam, which immediately gets, you know, to come out turn 1 because of Power Herb. Spooks is going to switch into Lucario as Lion Boy gets greedy and tries to go for Meteor Beam again. Does get hit by an Aura Sphere. Remember, no rock type. If it still had rock type, that would have killed it right there.
Dang, that only did. Thought that would do more.
Yeah, it is going to die to another Aura Sphere, however.
Cheeky.
Sandaconda is going to come in and immediately get hit by Aura Sphere, proccing Sand Spit and the eject button, which then causes Lion Boy to switch into Dracozolt. Which, can I just say, this is a fucking Galaxy Brain. That's a fucking Galaxy Brain tactic right there. I never would have thought to do that. Ever.
I mean, yeah, it lets you have another turn, basically.
Yeah, you tank the hit with Sandaconda, who is naturally bulky, and you just get a free switch into a Sand Rush Sweeper. Like,
you get 5 turns of it.
Yeah, like that's just, it's genius. I never would have thought about that. I never would have thought to do that. Lion Boy is going to get hit by a Bullet Punch, however, but that's not going to stop Voltbeak from just completely destroying Lucario, especially given the fact that it's Life Orb. So, Rabbit is going to come in and immediately die.
Twiggle Spinkle.
Tried to do something similar against Ray to no avail, obviously. Yeah, but see, with Lion Boy, it worked. Dracozolt is going to go for Dragon Claw and procs the Sash on Goodra. So, that's how much damage this thing is doing right now. Unfortunately, we had counter focus Sash Goodra, who will then die to Sandstorm.
No, that's unfortunate.
Finish is going to come in as Lion Boy makes the wrong decision and goes straight into King Monkey. Barely does not kill Milotic with close combat, as Milotic goes straight for that recover. Marvel Scale's a hell of a drug.
It's crazy.
Yep.
The one thing that will forever hold Urshifu back is Marvel Scale.
Yep.
So just can't break through that.
We're now back in the stalemate between Celesteela and Milotic as Celesteela goes for another Leech Seed. Taking into account, Lion Boy has to do this in order to actually offset this Milotic. He needs this Milotic with Leech Seed, because chip damage is the only way he's going to get any sort of lasting damage on that thing.
Did he get the double?
Ray, I hate you for that Milotic
So,
set.
Lion Boy does go straight into Sandaconda, predicting the T-Wave. Opts to go directly for an Earthquake. Mr. Mime is barely living thanks to setting up Reflex. It's going to do a whopping 10% to Milotic. Milotic's going to go straight for an Ice Beam. Does not get the kill. Is going to proc Sand Spit again. As Lion Boy gets him some mid-game rocks.
Late game rocks? Oh, wait, no, that kills Mr. Wait, no, it doesn't.
That's a high-tier shizzy play right there.
So, Milotic is going to set up an Aqua Ring again. Takes a whopping 8%.
Why?
As you see this,
So
get ready for, like, the most post-turn messages you've ever seen, by the way, because this is getting, like, ridiculous. As you see. So there's Sandstorm, there's Aqua Ring, there's Burn.
Oh, no burn.
And then, obviously, Leech Seed. So now we have Sandstorm, then Leftovers, then Aqua Ring, then Leech Seed, then Burn.
Revolving door of status.
Yep. It's just like the most late turn messages ever.
There's also the other replay I didn't see beforehand, so I just didn't know this was...
Now I get what Spooks was saying. Milotic is the answer. That's when's Marvel.
So, Mr. Mime's going to go straight for Reflect again. It's not going to save itself from dying to an Earthquake by Sandaconda, though. And at this point, we have a Milotic and an Absol against the world. So Milotic is going to do what it does best and recover, taking a whopping 9% from Earthquake. It's going to sit back up an Aqua Ring for itself. Slowly getting chipped down by Earthquake.
Do we know the... Sorry.
Do we know Spooks is set for the Absol?
I don't believe we do.
He pokey pasted.
He did? Okay,
Yeah.
hold on. I'll reserve my comment until I see it.
So, Celesteela comes in on the Skull. Spooks is getting very unlucky, not a single burn so far.
Yeah.
So, the Leech Seeds are back up, which Lion Boy needs the Leech Seed up to be able to do any lasting damage to Milotic. It's not stall, it's out of necessity. Absol comes in on a whiff protect, obviously. Spooks is going to immediately Mega Evolve and go straight for a Fire Blast. Does not kill because Celesteela is thick. Will take quite a bit of damage from Retaliate Heavy Slam. Celesteela is going to immediately protect because it needs to get some health back if it's going to want to live another Fire Blast.
Please don't tell me that Spooks loses the. Oh,
Lion Boy then switches into Infernape to tank a Fire Blast. And then immediately finishes with a crit Mach Punch.
okay, never mind. My comment didn't mean anything anyway.
Milotic is going to come in as Lion Boy then switches back into Celesteela, allowing Spooks to get up another recover.
Miss the Leech Seed!
Spooks is going to get Skulled. Still no burn.
That's so sad.
So
God, and he hit all of his Leech Seeds.
Yep.
He's gonna burn.
Yep. He's got the Leech Seed back up, gonna pull out Protect.
That's so depressing.
Spooks is going to go for Aqua Ring again.
I just want to set things on fire.
And then Spooks is going to just try to recover for dear life. As it takes 11% from Heavy Slam.
Well, I did 11.
Is slowly being whittled down turn by turn. And recover can only delay the inevitable. So
Well, I
still,
mean, he looked popular that turn.
yep.
I actually don't think he wins this big Spart doesn't do enough damage.
Fling the Poop comes in,
Burn.
gets hit by
Wait,
Scald,
don't burn.
finally gets the burn. Lion Boy immediately Mega Evolves, goes for a Swords Dance to offset the burn, so it's now effectively at neutral again.
Oh my goodness.
Let the record show I have missed half of Leech Seeds. Don't worry, I'm with you on that. My luck with Leech Seed is just terrible for some reason.
I mean, I missed a couple too.
It's
I
going to go.
technically could use Leech Seed, I just haven't used it yet.
It's going to go for another Swords Dance, so it is now effectively a +2. Remember that burn halves your attacking stat. So, Bullet Seed is going to finish off this Milotic, and Lion Boy will win 3-0.
Actually, if the Reflect is still out, that would probably still do nothing.
Yeah. Moving right along,
Oh boy.
we have Jack versus Sandy. I actually haven't seen this.
I actually was late to it. Because I think they did theirs like pretty, like a little bit earlier. Hold on, I can double check that.
Very early in the morning. But this one's really fun.
This one is really fun.
Yeah.
Let's see here.
I'm gonna smack away with a fish.
So we're going to have Fortified Hammer up against Starscream. Dryster is going to come in as Jack is going to immediately switch into a Grassy Seed Stack Attacka. Protect obviously is not going to work. We do get the burn to reveal that his Gut Swallow as it opts to go straight for a U-turn into Steelix. As Stack Attacka gets a free Trick Room off. Stack Attack goes straight for a Body Press, just over half to Steelix. Does get hit by a high horsepower in return. The high horsepower being intentional because obviously Earthquake space power gets halved in grassy terrain. Body Press is not going to finish off Steelix just yet. However, thanks to that +1 defense, Stack Attack is going to take at least one more high horsepower in order to be able to kill, and it is going to outspeed to Trick Room. Steelix is going to try to stall out for its life by getting a Protect. It still has one more turn of Trick Room at its disposal, however. Sandy's going to immediately switch into Metachan. Gets hit by a Body Press. Does a good 35%. Trick Room is also no longer on the field, which will now cause Stack Attack to get finished off by a Drain Punch. Tapu Bulu then comes back in, setting back up grassy terrain. Sandy opts to go straight into his substitute, while Jack opts to go for a Iron Defense. Medichamp's going to proceed to bulk up. As Tapu Bulu goes straight for a wood hammer, getting rid of that substitute.
I forget if that defense ever plays a factor. I don't think it does.
So he's going to set back up a substitute. Tapu Bulu's going to go for a wood hammer again. Just preventing that substitute from staying up. Once that substitute just gone. But Sandy wants that substitute up. But the ball doesn't want it up.
Actually, he's just stalling the grassy terrains there.
Yeah, it's literally what he's doing.
This is the most send help fight I've ever seen send help.
Yeah, there's some really questionable ones. Yeah, no, that game goes back up to half. I'm pretty sure a wood hammer doesn't count on it.
Yeah.
Anymore.
Goes for a bulk up,
Especially after that.
tanking the wood hammer.
Yeah.
Why are you so fat?
Noivern's going to come in, allowing
Dead by the
Metachamp
leftovers.
to get another bulk up. Hey, do you guys know Metachamp's holding leftovers? Metachamp is going to unfortunately die to a boom burst. I don't know why Jack didn't just do this sooner. Throat spray is going to proc. The Dwebble.
You know, there's a
The
part of me that actually
darn
wants
Dwebble.
to draft. There's a part of me that wants to draft Noivern again. Now that throat spray is an option,
Yeah.
but
Also, Noivern's fucking dead. He's going to die to quick
so
attack
Sandy was
before
actually
anyone
debating
knows.
about. I do remember one detail. He said that he knew that when he set the Flareon out like that, he knew he had quick attack, but he was trying to get like a over prediction or something.
I wouldn't miss that rock slide. We get it. Wade Luck is shit. Close combat is going to do barely of a quarter because he's got dual screens Kyurem.
I didn't realize Kiro got both screens innately. I know it got a light screen.
I need
think
to hammer it home. I mean, fair enough. I actually didn't know it got reflect either.
I think Arcanine's like the only Pokemon I can think of that only gets one of the two screens.
There's plenty I know that
There's
get
plenty
one
of
and not the
Pokemon.
other.
There's a lot.
That only get there's actually way less that get both.
Yeah. I can think of a lot of mons that get only reflect or that get only light screen.
Because I know Arcanine gets Reflect, but not Light Screen.
Whimsy only gets light screen.
Kyurem's going to go straight for a freeze try, rocking the weakness policy on Bulu, as it then opts to go for synthesis. Gets hit by another
Light
freeze
rock.
try.
Oh.
Close comp's going to do over half through reflect, I might add, which is honestly just impressive. It's not going to stop Bulu from dying to another freeze try, though. As we see,
Actually, hold on, pause it. I don't know what the iron defense was for them.
neither do I.
His whole moveset was real. Close combat, wood hammer.
I think
Sorry.
I think he was expecting Ice Punch or something on Metacham, and maybe the Iron Defense was there to try to minimize damage from that.
I
Very
think
likely.
I think it was to set that up.
No,
so
it
that
was
he
it
could
was
live a super
undo.
effective hit.
No, it was okay. So according to Wade, it was to undo the drops to close combat.
That would also be a good one. I was also thinking, in case Steelers try to Iron Head him in the face.
Yep. So Florion's gonna go for a quick attack, as Kyurem's going to set back up reflect. Light screen's going to wear off. Guess what Kyurem's gonna do as Jack switches into Seismitoad. If you guessed light screen, you were correct. Kyurem's gonna go straight for freeze dry. Hey, you want to see a toad die?
It's always so funny to me how a tanky Pokemon can just go down to a slight breeze once you put Times 4 in front of it.
He's really chilling.
Fucking toad.
We're trying our best here, mate.
And that's a Flora.
All right.
Yes, the screen setter got the sweep.
It's just so fat.
Hey,
He hits like a truck.
Hey, you want to see somebody lose to hacks?
I'm gonna get someone a drink. I'll be right back.
See, now we've got the remaining 3 replays. The unholy trinity, as I will be referring to them as.
I think this one easily takes the cake.
Yeah.
And I could say that as mine is in one of them.
All right, what do you think is the level of intensity here on these?
I want to throw myself off a cliff.
I want to like grab Kevin in this one particularly, and we both jump off a cliff after Ray.
Can we just recreate? Can we just recreate that one scene in Deathly Hallows Part 2 where Harry just fucking grabs Voldemort by the head and just yeets them both off the side of Hogwarts? Can we just recreate that with Clay and Kevin?
I would totally do that.
Yeah, I'm
Oh,
down.
what way to shut the fuck up right about now?
Kevin, wait, Ray went down there. We must go.
No, it's
Alright.
more like we must go to hell. Our people need us.
So personally, I think this one edges it out by a very slight margin. I think these two are on par, honestly, but for different reasons.
Which one did you say is your second one?
I think this one's probably the least egregious.
Oh wait, okay, no, Stream Delight, right? Yeah, that one's the least. Yeah, it is.
These
Yeah.
two, I would say, are actually on par with each other, but for different reasons.
I still think Kevin versus Ray is like a really. If I can look at that replay and say that I'm already voting for it for my saltiest match for the HDL honors, you have no idea how bad that is. My blood boils just even thinking about it.
It's
Yeah,
bad.
all right, we'll move that to there. All right.
It's agonizing.
So, battle 1 of the Unholy Trinity, as I will be dubbing it. Myself versus Clay. So, I want it to be known, I knew Clay was going to try to pull, there were some things that I brought here because Clay earlier in the week griped about how, why did you have to drop all the fast mons? So, I had things such as Trick Room Compe, in case he tried to run Trick Room Slowbro. I also had, ran the numbers. I was actually kind of afraid he might bring Scarf Salazzle, because that was the only thing that could outspeed my team. Tyrone, get down. There's only 2 things that could outspeed my team that Clay had, and they were Scarf Jirachi and Scarf Salazzle.
And I didn't bring either.
He actually didn't bring the Jirachi at all, which was surprising.
I didn't do enough.
Has that Jirachi even been in a game since week 1?
No, I don't think
See,
so.
and the other reason I was hesitant to bring Compe, because Clay has like 5 poison types.
What? No.
However, I did actually run a few calcs, and I realized that if I built Compe, especially defensively, that I could actually live a stab poison type moves from every single mon from full, except for either Nidoqueen or Haunter.
But who uses Haunter?
Like on the team originally, and it was on I DM'd the set to someone. I think
So
it was Wade.
that was the only reason I brought Compe, was because after I realized that I only really had to be afraid out of 2 out of his 5 poison types with Compe, it mitigated it a whole lot less.
I'm trying to find this. He was Sandy. Yeah, I didn't do the EVs for it. I'll put it in the HDL chat, but
So-
I had this plan.
Going right along, we have Clay leading with Nidoqueen. So this was actually really difficult for me, because I had a feeling Clay was going to lead with Nidoqueen, because he almost always does every time he's brought it. But at the same time, I could have also had seen, a Salazzle lead for Toxics or something else. That was actually part of the reason why I brought Starmie and Gliscor, was because both of them were just status sponges and didn't care about Salazzle.
The freaking Starmie was so annoying.
Yeah, with the reason I brought Starmie was because, thanks to Natural Cure, I could literally just switch it into Beta Toxic for Salazzle and just switch out and not care. And Gliscor wants to be poisoned because of Poison Heal, so I didn't care about that anyway.
I had corrosive gas
on Salazzle so the Toxic Orb wouldn't go off.
Yeah. So, at this point, I'm sitting here. I obviously know that this thing's going to have Sheer Force Earth Power. There's no way it won't. So, I'm going to immediately switch into Starmie. He gets a crit on the Earth Power, which, turn 1, that kind of stings a little.
Yeah.
Especially since I needed this Starmie to deal with a lot of, Clay's other mons. So the fact that that just crit right off the bat, basically, this thing was as good as dead right off the bat, which was just, ugh.
Quick question. How much would that have done without the crit?
A little over half.
I would have gone the Tuco.
It would have been a 2-hit kill, but I definitely would have had considerably more health. And as we'll see later on, that's going to matter. Because the thing is, that Starmie's now in the range where it just dies to hazards or dies to rocks. Which is not ideal because that was also my hazard remover.
Yes.
So, you know, that crit was just really devastating right off the bat for Starmie.
I have a detail, but I'll wait till it happens.
I was hesitant to bring in Gliscor because I knew that Nidoqueen gets Ice Beam. But I didn't have any other good switch in because everything else would have just taken a big chunk. So thankfully I was lucky and I pivoted it in on an Earth Power, getting the Toxic Orb to proc. So when Clay did this, when you did this, Clay, I actually thought that that was a sign of you didn't have Ice Beam.
No, I was scarfed.
Yes. See, I didn't realize that at the time.
That explains a lot.
I didn't realize that at the time. And I was like, oh, okay, you must not be running Ice Beam, otherwise you wouldn't have switched.
No, I did. It was just locked in the...
So, at this point, I go for the knockoff, just getting some free chip. I switch back into Jolteon, as Clay goes for Whirlpool.
It was my take on the Slowbro set that I actually did a lot of work to your team if I got the right thing.
Clay's then going to switch back into Nidoqueen, preventing me from Volt switching out.
Yo, Clay and I had the
I'm then
same
going
one
to
this week.
switch back into Gliscor and die. And yes, I did slam my head on the desk. Because I just got baited.
Apologies.
I mean, it's fine. I just, I wanted to be clear that, my way of thinking was okay, he switched. He must not have Ice Beam.
Yeah.
My logic was sound. Just wasn't accurate. So then I bring in Scizor as Clay sends in Batarang. I'm going to immediately double back into Blaziken. And I'm sorry. Wait, what the fuck is this? Oh, that's the fucking fishing site.
I'm lost.
I was about to say, don't make me ban a fucking moderator right now on stream.
Master bait online.
So, at this point, I'm going to, take a chunk from Brave Bird.
I was surprised it did that much.
Honestly, so was I. Unfortunately, at this point, I knew he was probably going to switch into Nidoqueen, so I went for the safe play and went for Shadow Ball as I switch into Mega Scizor.
Rocks. I scarfed myself from the rocks there.
yes, I realized. So I'm going to Mega Evolve and opt to go straight for a Curse. At this point, I go for Bullet Punch. As Golbat goes for Heat Wave. Does get the burn on, which is a little bit unfortunate.
Yeah, you saw how much you did with +1.
Yeah.
We wouldn't have won the 1-1 either way.
Yeah.
It took Spooks 8 Scalds to get a burn, and you get it off of a Heat Wave.
Yeah. Mind you, the reason that did so little was because I was running the patented my newly discovered Careful Nature curse set, where I was careful max Bidoof because fun fact, after a single curse or bulk up, a Careful Nature Mega Scizor with no defense investment actually ends up with more defense than it would have if it was Impish.
So,
Funny thing about that, when I was prepping against you, I was speed creeping with obviously my slower mons to the Mega Scizor.
Yep.
And then I realized you could do special defensive. So, not Salazzle. Golbat was sped creep if you were max speed. And then everything else was so that way you would get a good roll if you have a max special defense.
So at this point, I'd go for another curse. Obviously, it's just I don't have any good option on Salazzle. I didn't want to sack Starmie. I do switch into Comfey, just hoping he doesn't go for a poison move. Which, thankfully, I do predict that and get a flamethrower, but at that point, I just have to sack something. There's no good answer for this thing. So, I have to switch in Starmie. I then opt to go straight for Blaziken. So, obviously, I'm going to get outsped as you corrode my leftovers, but I do get the substitute off. I get the speed boost, obviously. Golbat's going to come in. Mind you, everyone tried to think, I forgot Golbat got Infiltrator. No, I knew. I knew it got Infiltrator. I was just expecting to hit the Blaze Kick.
Yeah. I mean, we did calculate afterwards, and it did not kill my spread.
Yeah, it still stung.
It's still, don't get me wrong. It still stung really bad, because now my Golbat have a lot more HP than it would have if you actually hit the Blaze Kick.
That miss that miss mattered. It wasn't going to differentiate kill, but that definitely mattered.
Yeah.
Because that was also a chance to burn too.
Yeah, exactly. And
I also would have probably died to Brayberg recoil that HP.
How much would Fire Punch have done?
Less than Blaze Kick.
So Jolteon's gonna, come in. At this point, I just want something. I'm desperate. I just want to kill something. So, fucking Nidoqueen comes in, is going to die to Shadow Ball. Thank God. I at least get something.
I forgot I didn't speed creep it to outspeed Jolteon because I could have without.
I mean, I was max speed specs, so.
Well, no, I could have, but I was timid. I was modest because I needed kills.
I'm barely going to live a Dark Pulse as I just, quite doubles in. At this point, I've given up. There's no way I'm winning.
No, my balloon!
There's no way I'm winning. I don't have
balloon day. You popped my balloon.
I'm sorry. It's annoying. At this point, I've given up. There's no way I can win at this point. All the things I had to deal with Salazzle have been long dead, and so that was that.
I'm still the one thing I have regret over is that Hitmonlee. I put way too much effort into a Skull Bash Power Unburden Hitmonlee.
Why?
That's what the set was. I had Unburdened Power but Skull Bash.
I mean, I respect it, but why?
I didn't get to use it because it actually just swept your team if I got the right things.
I was actually low-key terrified of Hitmonlee. Because I knew the stuff that it could get, but at the same time, it was the best I can do is just bring Starmie and Psychic Stab and just hope for the best.
I say this a lot, but I build just random moments throughout the week. And then sometimes I go back and look at the team and I'm like, this mon doesn't do anything here. And that's what it was. I literally looked at Haunter and I just this thing doesn't do enough. Hitmonlee it is.
See, I actually really did think you were going to bring Haunter against me solely for the meme.
I still wanted to. I had the set and everything.
I was solely expecting the Haunter solely for the meme. I did way too many calcs for that Haunter.
As it turns out, no one uses Haunter.
I did way too many calcs for Eviolite Haunter.
That's disgusting.
You want to talk about doing way too many calcs for the week? This team that I made, by God, this team had so many calcs in it for no fucking reason. Okay?
The darkness.
I'm so upset.
So, right off the bat, we have Wade against Tyler.
Hi.
So, we have Rotom Heat against.
This league is half decent.
Against this is one I've affectionately referred to as if you will check the sheet. This has been referred to as Flinch Wars Episode 4: A New Flinch.
I could go for fake outs all the time. Why wouldn't I go for it?
Yep. Also, I would like to real quick call attention to the little thing I did here. So after the fight between between Lion Boy and Spooks, Lion Boy immediately joined call and said, Milotic is annoying. Milotic is annoying. And then Spooks immediately started going, Celesteal is annoying. So if you look at the weeks, Milotic is annoying. Celesteal is annoying.
That's actually amazing. I didn't see that.
I just know Celesteal is annoying.
They're both annoying.
They are both annoying.
So, we have Panzerkampfwagen coming in.
Oh, I mean, Overheat was the play. Like, I mean, it did damage.
It did do damage.
It did do damage.
It did.
But I was spec'd into Overheat now, so I couldn't trick it.
Yeah. Regret comes in, gets trapped by the Whirlpool. However, Red Card is going to force it out. The ultimate Whirlpool punish.
Well, because Banded or Scarf Garchomp did so much work against my team, I couldn't take the risk.
Yep.
But the worst possible thing to get red carded in gets red carded in.
Yeah, that's a wolf size large right there.
Flare Blitz is going to do almost 60% to that Mudsteel. It's going to proc stamina, but that's not going to give it enough bulk. Thankfully, Tyler does switch into Mega Surskit, who's going to dodge a high horsepower because it's weight
Of
lock.
course. Because why wouldn't it? Why wouldn't it dodge the high
Rillaboom's going
Would
to
have
come
done
in.
like 10.
Still!
Rillaboom's going to come in as Tyler goes for a sticky web and then gets faked out. Yay, Flinch Force.
The one week I do not bring Defog, he runs heavy hazards, when Tyler doesn't run hazards usually. Now, I'm stuck with these. And I was like, the 1 week I don't bring it.
The funny thing is, that Koba Berry was specifically for Acrobatics Rillaboom or Hawlucha, just to have Araquanid 1v1 one of those, and then you brought neither.
And then he went into Garchomp last time Rotom was in, and you died if I hit that Thunder. So I'm like, he's switching. Why would he stay in on a Rotom for no reason?
I needed that Rotom gone.
With a full health Araquanid.
So Tyler's going to go for Air Slash on Rillaboom, get the flinch. Yay, Flinch Wars.
Another 50-50 loss. And then that's fucking horrible, because I think I clicked Drain Punch at turn, or I forget what I did that turn.
Fortress comes in
more
on
damage.
another Air Slash. Does not do a lot, thankfully.
Any chip is good chip, especially on a Torn.
Wade's then going to switch into Mudsdale, who then gets taunted.
Which I was fine with. This had Rock Slide, so I was fine with that.
Tyler's going to switch into Garchomp, getting hit by the Rock Slide.
Again, damage. Any damage is good damage.
Unfortunately,
I healed
Garchomp is going to
that
heal
turn.
more than it was given.
Hey! And I was like, even if he brings Garchomp in, I can still, do things. Or I still had Florges, so it was like, if he comes in, it doesn't matter.
Hello, Lord of the Acorn.
We had plans here. Then I'm like, oh, it has rocks. I lose.
Smeralda's going to come in, go for a Moonblast on Garchomp.
Of course, it doesn't kill. 7%.
As
I just
the
wanted
Steel
one.
Chimichanga comes in.
And the game is over. And now
and
the game is over.
Hey, you want to see Wade fucking die?
I had nothing for this. I legitimately had nothing. There was nothing I could do here.
Everyone queue up Mad World.
I need to stop. I need to try to actually start swearing less.
I had nothing for this. He starts Iron Defensing in the video. I'm like, oh, I could just bulk up on this. And I'm like, even if I didn't bulk up on this thing was going to Iron Defense anyway. And I looked at what the Drain Punches would have done. Yeah. No shot. Like, the second this thing came in, I lost. I had nothing.
So, hold on. That brings up a question, actually. I know a lot of people have it, but I brought it up. Why did you run physical Floatzel?
Yeah.
Because special Floatzel, the physical damage for the things I wanted to hit it with would have done more damage.
But you already had those types covered in your physicals.
Right,
Yeah.
and I built everything physically defensive. Special would have
His
done
team
more
is
anyway.
basically entirely physically defensive.
Yeah. Well, and then if I'm running special Floatzel, I needed Focus Blast, and I don't trust hitting a Focus Blast, so...
But sometimes you need to.
Also, why did you
I'm scarred.
Liquidation instead of Low Kick here?
Because I needed the defense drop.
The defense drop wouldn't have matched.
Needed
Not at all.
Again,
That was 1 point.
low kick would have done what, 15%? Low
If you
kick
got
wouldn't
a
have mattered.
crit, if you got a crit, that probably would have 2-KO'd or probably KO'd it.
Yeah.
And
A
then
crit would have
I
done
die.
60%, and then crit drill run would have killed me.
Yeah.
So you're telling me to hope for crits?
I mean, at that point, what else do you
Hey,
go
wait.
for?
The last time you hoped for crits against me, you crit my Necrozma, remember?
Yes,
Also, in
one
that
time it's
scenario,
worked.
what?
Also, I was liquidation. There was a chance, depending on what set this Registeel was, liquidation would have dropped its defense, and it was a 50-50, and he was going to be a dick and BM me in iron defense again, or just keep body pressing, and then counter would have killed on.
It's only by 1 defense point.
I know it drops the power of body press.
Yeah, but a plus 5 body press still killed Mudsdale from that
Yeah.
range.
It was just depending on what the set was. Again,
Alright.
this is hindsight, and when I was getting swept either way.
So-
there's nothing I could do.
I got a
We've
question.
saved
The
saved
for last.
the most unholy of the Trinity for last.
Okay, never mind.
I'm not even going to attempt.
Well, no, hold on.
No.
So, time out. Ray was trying to ask a question.
Sorry.
Why aren't you running Will-O-Wisp on your Rotom?
It was specs.
On my road, it was specs.
I mean, you were tricking your specs
Already?
anyway.
Yeah.
It was choice specs. He didn't see the
But
purpose.
if people run tricks, can,
To
I
be
had
fair,
trick,
that wouldn't
I
have
needed
mattered either.
overheat.
That
that
wouldn't
wouldn't have mattered
I
either. No,
I
it
was
wouldn't.
rest
It
talk. I was rest talk. I would have just gone to sleep.
So
It would have done something at least.
we've
I had
s-
thunder if I got the rain up.
Also, Rotom was dead at that point.
Yeah.
we've
And I
s-
built Garchomp to be special so that Rotom Burn didn't do anything and I would just trap it.
And then Will-O-Wisp wouldn't have body press damage. It's defense.
Well, it does. It halves all physical damage, like how Choice Band improves body press damage.
Oh, I didn't know that.
Yeah.
Yeah. We've saved the most unholy for last. I'm not even going to attempt to commentate this one. I cannot do
I wouldn't either.
this replay any sort of justice, injustice, however hell you want to describe it. I can't even begin to attempt to dissect and verbalize what happens in this battle. I'm
gonna
just
go
going to
power
sit.
up against my head with my pillow.
I'm just going to sit back, press the play button, and you guys could see that I have not been hyping this up enough.
Can I curse?
Yeah.
No,
No.
Yeah.
family-friendly channel now.
Wait until the replay is over, then you can cuss under your pillow.
I actually am trying to like tone down the swearing as a whole because I need to start putting more things to the portfolio, and swearing kind of detracts a lot of employers.
Yeah, they're very dumb.
Yeah.
Anywho, I got a shirt here.
I mean, you
What
could
was
swear on
that?
this one. I'm not gonna make a video out of this. I don't give a shit.
I
What
link
was
give
the-
any
what
of my
was that
videos in
noise?
the portfolio.
Fucking stick.
You
Like,
see, for this
there are
is the
certain streams where I will say, hey, no swearing on this stream.
That hasn't happened in a good 2 years. Thank you very much.
This is the wisest battle in the entire HDL, for it is old and it has
or
a stick.
attempted since we were doing Overwatch streams.
Yeah. Well, now it's like I kind of have to because my career's on the line.
No, I get it. But I'm just saying it's not like a thing you've been doing for a little while now. This is
Well, because for the longest time I never gave a shit. Now I'm sort of being
Can I
forced to
say-
give a shit.
Can I say something before the battle starts?
What?
One, I'm sorry, and two, just like with Wade's battle, when he doesn't bring a hazard remover, the one time I decide to bring Choice Scarf, Hooper Unbound, Ray brings Tailwind. So sad. But yeah, continue.
So, without further ado, I'm gonna sit back and you guys can just see for yourselves.
Alright, Ray.
At least you apologize.
I don't feel good about it either.
Well, at least I'm happy about this.
That marks like
But
the
the thing,
fifth-
Ray literally outplayed her for like the first like 6 to 8 turns. I forget how long this goes on for.
And just remember, Hoopa U has is
Done
one of the
nothing.
scariest Pokemon to literally do nothing the entire season.
It's
Oh,
a
don't
scary
worry,
Pokemon until you turn on it. Then it dies.
It's been in
like,
biggest letdown for like 5 weeks now. Don't worry.
Exceed doubling it a Town Flame there.
I'm so sad. Wait, it didn't work.
Get the Will-O-Wisp burn.
This set was beautiful. I made
was.
this set was amazing. And it was Will-O-Wisp. It was Will-O-Wisp Talonflame. This
Of
thing
course
could
it is.
1v1 Mawile. This thing could 1v1 the Keldeo. This thing could 1v1. Pick something on Ray's team, and this
I
deal
don't think
could
it would have
1v1.
1v1 the Keldeo.
Yeah,
It-
Come on, dude. Come on.
I mean, well, if it wasn't complicated. If it was like
And-
Scarf or Specs or something.
Even then, you would still win it. You're 2-killing it.
And then I KO'd anyway because swiggity swoogity, close combat that booty.
Not if he passed the Cosmic Power Boost. with
Okay,
it.
no, now we're not going into that. No. After like 3 counterpoints, it goes to the void afterwards.
And here it begins.
Can I just say, both Lion Boy last season and Kevin this season, no offense in terms of personal, but you guys have done awful with Mew.
this is true.
Yeah.
The only good usage of Mew has been the Carolina Mews.
I should've
Pachirisu.
gone for Ironhead. Okay, here's where it goes to shit.
I'm gonna go.
Oh, look.
I felt
My
that.
cat's
Look at
here.
Hylian just eating his fucking cereal.
Soup!
Soup.
Cereal
I mean-
is a soup.
Oh,
The
time out for a second. Time out for a second. Time out
King's
for a
Rock
second.
never had to go through either.
Time out for a second.
Ah!
So, disregarding everything that's about to happen now, this all could have been avoided, even at +1. That thing dies to a play rough.
Yeah.
You get one of those 2 play roughs to hit, and this entire next segment does not happen at all.
Yep.
But at the same time, I wasn't too worried about that because I had other mods that could come in and deal with it. The problem
Yeah.
was the glare.
It was still a 5v3 at this point.
And after
It just-
and after Kevin literally got outplayed to the moon and back.
It just needed to be chipped enough for Bravebird to come in on
How's the
Talonflame and
cereal?
get rid of
It's
it.
soup!
Yeah, you can't actually attack.
Also,
Yeah.
Sev,
You know,
in
you know,
regards to the fucking
pudding.
All Right Frost thing, don't ever compare me to him.
all right.
Don't
So
ever compare me to that man.
in regards to putting glare on Zygarde, both the best decision and the worst decision at once.
I don't disagree. It's just the fact that I got all those.
I think it was
Yeah,
more so the fact
yeah.
that it came off super BM like.
Yeah.
Like there, you could have probably just whipped 1,000 arrows.
Nah, that wouldn't have killed.
I would have lived.
Yeah, it would have lived it. And then Keldeo gets Ice Beam, doesn't it?
No,
No?
nice you win.
Twice ice move is
I
actually win.
I mean, still better to go.
Okay, hold on. I'm glad it didn't proc because. Oh no, it didn't matter anyway. But I was King's Rock as well, so.
Yeah, that would have been even worse.
I don't. That's crazy to think about. He didn't get a single flinch in that scenario. It was just Paris.
Oh my god, I hate everything.
This was just agonizing.
I don't think she would have killed her if I had just gone for you.
No, I always run max HP on it.
Figured as much.
Also, yeah, that too. The poison jump is kind of unnecessary.
And then it had the
I-
poison.
like that was totally unnecessary.
Yeah, Farfetch'd wasn't beating Mew, but wow.
Yes, it was. Mew didn't have any moves to hit.
Ooh,
So I
awkward.
would have just sat there, knock off, spamming it then.
Yeah,
Yeah.
but then I think
I
Mew
think
still
you would
would
have
have
had to
won
kill
because it
Muck
had
first,
soft
and that's
oil.
the bigger problem.
Obviously, the muck would is the problem.
So,
Kevin, would you have gone for the PP stall in that situation or just let it die?
No, because you're forgetting that I had soft-boiled and
Yeah,
That's
straight
power.
up, Mew would have won, and Farfetch'd would have eventually killed itself to recoil.
or poison.
Moving
Well,
right.
even if you
If
hadn't
you did get the
poisoned.
poison.
Even if you hadn't poisoned,
Mm.
Farfetch'd would have died to Brave recoil against Mew.
Moving right
I
along.
had knockoff.
Moving right along. Here is the pecking order for week 7.
You have a new captain of the struggle bus. Oh,
In first place
that is painful. to look
is
at.
Clay.
Oh,
Barely behind him
Oh,
is
oh, no.
Sandy.
Hold on, before you keep going down this list, can I just say I love how 1 and 2 has been the same for this week and the previous week,
Yep.
except I've upped it the differential by 1 every time.
Yeah.
Meanwhile,
Sandy last week was
wait.
1 behind me, and now he's 2 behind me.
hold on. Harlian, I just noticed you didn't update the MVP stuff.
Yes, I did.
Oh, he did.
yeah,
You didn't.
No, I
You
did.
didn't.
You
I
You
did.
didn't.
he did.
I did.
He did.
Oh, okay. Look at number 10.
What? What about it?
I didn't see anything when you scrolled over.
Yeah, it's just.
It's because I didn't put
Oh, I
in the
gotta
GIF
pee.
yet.
Yeah, goodness gracious.
So you didn't do it.
No, he did.
Send
He
the
just
gift.
forgot the gift.
Whoops, that was the wrong person. Who did I just EC? Can I take away his mod permissions, please? At least until his stream's over.
No.
He's staying server muted though.
Actually, no. You know what? Yeah, there. He'll get it back.
Also, I'm so sorry, Ray. I didn't mean to DC you.
He'll get it back after the stream.
My hands, my shaky hands.
We'll get it back after the stream, chat. Don't worry.
Ray, join a VC again. I could drag you back in. I didn't mean to do that. I apologize.
This pause is brought to you by our sponsor.
Can you please
can't
say
take this
chocolate
part.
chunker wonker bunkers in that voice,
I
please?
I still can't get over how Salmon still looks like it's getting fucked by its wing.
I was about to be very sad.
I apologize. Like I said, my hands.
Look at it. Look at it.
No, wait. Everybody shut the fuck up. Wait.
Look at it. It's always like that, and he can't fix it. It's funny looking. Look at it.
You always do that to him.
Looks like a bear.
He also looks like he's headbutting Flareon. I like it.
Oh, I want to say, I want to see who I'm playing, and I have the buy. Oh my god.
You ding dong.
3 weeks, baby. I already know
Alright.
the thumbnail for the week 8 or the week 9 video. It's gonna be the "I Need It" from the SpongeBob episode, and there's just gonna be a kill on top of the bottle of the jug of water.
Here's the pecking order. We have Clay in first, Sandy in second, Tyler bringing up the rear in third. Lion Boy is still in fourth. In fifth is Callisto. In sixth is Zoezy.
Callisto moved up to 5th despite losing. That's impressive.
Well, it's because everyone above him fell.
It's because the top 4 won, and pretty much everyone in the middle of the pack lost.
In seventh is Jack. In eighth is Sev. In
Still.
ninth, Yaroon.
He's coming.
He's coming back.
He's coming for the house.
In 10th is Ray. In 11th is Spooks. In 12th is Kevin. In dead last
Yeah! Yeah! Woo, yeah! 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 Woo!
with a whopping negative 21.
And he is your resident captain of Philadelphia Flygons.
I cannot stress this enough right now, chat. No one in the history of the HDL has ever had a
Season
negative
one.
differential above 20.
Kevin season 1. Yes, he did.
Yes, he did.
No one in the history of the HDL
Maybe last season too.
But what
has.
about the Emerald weapon?
All the weapons have been destroyed.
I will
You're all
fact check
forgetting
that.
one undisputable
I have a quick
fact.
question about the pecking order, real quick.
Hold on, wait. Sandy.
No, shut up. You don't get to ask questions. Wade plays golf a lot.
Golf rules.
He's going for the lowest score.
Kevin almost actually touched -30.
Shit, you're right. It's golf rules. My bad. So,
Strokes
so Wade's in first.
I'm winning by 9 strokes going into Sunday, baby. You can't touch me.
So, here's our MVP table for the week. In first place is the Iron Taco. Petch has finally been dethroned.
Don't
Yes.
worry, I'm hopeful we're gonna get her back up there.
The metal Mexican food has in fact taken over.
Petch is in second. In third place is Icefire the Curum. In fourth place is Strife the Mega Altaria. In fifth place, So Zeta Slow the Galosopod. In sixth place, Clarissa the Nidoqueen. In seventh place, Tempura the Gyarados. In eighth place, Fling the Poop the Mega Heracross. In ninth place, Nesquik the Cinderace. In 10th place, Bravo 6 Going Bark the Zygarde 10%. In 11th place, Lord Helix the Amistar.
Despite doing nothing for like 3 weeks.
In 12th place, Fortified Brush the Tapu Koko. In 13th place, Miss Yuri the Salazzle.
I had to get a gift from the anime.
In 14th place, Average Chihuahua the Flareon. And in 15th place, Wumpa Fruit the Wumpa Fruit.
Yay! I got pity.
Y'all ever just Wumpa fruit?
Also,
Is it-
let me. I fact checked the thing as well. Kevin almost hit -30 differential season 1. Actually, he finished with a -28, and Jack finished with a -22.
Don't worry, you still got 3 weeks left.
With that out of the way, let's
Hold on, before you go on with that, Sandy, but not Sandy. Wait, no, Sandy, yeah. Sandy had a question.
Okay, so in regards to the pecking order, hold on, let me close the stream real quick so I'm
We
not hearing
finished
myself.
-28 last season.
So, in regards to the pecking order, theoretically, shouldn't I be first and Clay be second since I beat Clay?
no,
only-
because he
therefore-
has a
differential.
higher differential.
It only goes
We
that
have
way
the
when
exact
we-
same differential.
No,
he has
you
two
do
higher.
not.
I have 16, you have 14.
Oh, I couldn't see. Never mind then.
I
was
brought
thinking-
that up like literally 2 weeks ago when the first thing happened.
All I'm saying is, me and my superior differential are coming to finesse the one spot in week 11 again.
That's why I petitioned for this. The
So-
tie but winning head thing.
Snom this week is Mega Alakazam.
Oh, damn.
Yeah.
Please tell me this is the Sev versus Spooks week.
That already happened.
Darn it.
Kevin.
That was week 3. Kevin actually also finished with a -28 last season, and Spooks finished with a -27. So that it's happened 4 times.
All right.
That's crazy.
I aim to not finish that low though. That's the goal.
Who vanished from the void?
Sandy, he's back.
Oh wait, it's time. It's time for Big Zam. Shit, let's go.
It's, don't you mean Christopher Angle?
No,
Oh, hey,
it's
Big
Big Zam. Oh, hey, Big Zam.
Again, your pools have already been better than the entirety of probably the latter half of season 2 and this season. For me, anyway.
Hey, my name's Slum. Can I have a
Well, yeah, I'm Mr. 5-star on a 4-shot. Don't worry about
2, 3,
My-
4, 5, 6.
my life
It was
is
destined to be eventually.
Time for the grand
Jack.
elevator poll.
it. Yeah.
Jack and I'm not in it.
That's only 11.
Also Kevin.
Don't
Oh.
forget to do your polls up, by the way. I think you can still get the free hero summon.
Hi,
Yeah.
Kevin.
All right.
Is that?
I will consult the sheet to let you know.
Jack and Sandy.
We already did it.
That
really
was
happened.
literally
I
this
know.
week.
I know. Jack and Spooks.
That is week 2, week 4. No, it was week 4. Memory
Jack and
serves.
Clay.
I haven't played Jack.
No. There you go.
I continue to not play Jack.
Okay.
There's a sad part of me that actually realized I was gonna be fighting Jack there, and I was just kind of resigned to it. I just had a feeling.
Sandy and Spooks.
Good feeling.
Pretty sure that
Okay.
hasn't happened, right?
I don't think so.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure that hasn't happened.
No, it hasn't.
No.
Zoezy and Kevin.
Hylian, did you play Kevin?
No,
No.
I didn't
Nope.
play Kevin.
Kevin had plans for that team.
Yeah, that was the one thing he started talking about.
Callisto and Yaroon.
That happened?
I think.
Callisto and Yaroon? I don't know.
No, it didn't. No, it didn't. These are working out perfectly.
Kevin, we started off on a bad note.
Ray
Kevin Ray.
and Sev.
That hasn't happened. And I know that hasn't happened because me and Lion Boy hasn't happened.
And finally,
That worked out well.
Tyler and Lion Boy.
Oh, Lion Boy, you're ready for another round of blood mods?
Okay, I'm not.
Say no, Lion Boy. Say no. Look at the replay from last time you guys did this and tell me that was a fair stat bonds.
You know what my favorite thing is to hear? Sev never shut the fuck up about metronome.
To be
Well,
fair, that Togekiss had Metronome Ultra Instinct.
He did, but that's not the point.
There you have it,
Fine.
ladies and gentlemen.
Metro.
I will see you guys on Tuesday for more randomizer. And I will see you
Wait.
guys.
Maybe tomorrow. Because
Maybe tomorrow.
Oh,
That was the best time to bring that up. Blake.
Kevin
Yes.
said, you know, this just means me and Wayne having our match second to last week is becoming all the more possible.
Problem with that, I can't do tomorrow.
okay, well we'll figure out a time Tuesday then.
It's Wednesday, my dudes.
I can't do Wednesday.
Because I move in Wednesday, so I'm just saying Tuesday's gonna be a little hectic, but we should be done getting everything
Thursday?
together. I'm gonna be in college. I'm gonna be there. I'm not gonna. No, not
Friday?
Thursday. We could try
Wait, hold on, time,
Tuesday.
Time out for a second. So, if that means you're going, moving your stuff to college, what are we gonna do the next Tuesday?
Well, the next Tuesday, we could figure it out. Like, I might be able to do stuff. Like, I still don't know how the stream schedule is gonna be when I'm there.
Okay, I can do tomorrow, but the problem
Yeah.
with it is that I have something going on at 8:30 my time. And we normally would still be live at that point.
I mean, we could start it earlier.
Then the answer is just start early.
I would
rather just not lose track of time. That's the thing.
Yeah. I don't know. I just don't know how it's gonna be once I'm there yet.
Thank you
Like, I
guys for watching. Make sure to like, comment, subscribe, and ring the bell.
Please.
Everyone's still trying to reach me about my extended wiener.
When prepare for our next event, whack a Sandy.
No, we don't whack them, we bonk them.
Go in the horny jail, but that's where all the horny people are, so what the fuck's gonna happen?
Orgy.
Obviously.
Yeah, fuck this city.
Here's what's gonna happen. 3 things. I hit you, you hit the floor, the ambulance hit 60.
All right, I'm gonna stop streaming before this gets any more dark. So I'll see you guys later.
Ball torch.